Stefon West,
Blessings.
welcome to Punching TV. First time.
First time.
Born and bred in Couva. Couva youth. Everybody know you as the arranger for Couva Joylanders.
Yeah, man.
But before we go there, I want to start from the beginning. The beginning of
The genesis, boy.
the history of Stefon West. Well, most people know where you're from. You're born and you grow in Couva. Not in the housing scheme where it's the heart of Couva, everybody know, but you're close.
Yeah, right on the borderline. The border.
You're right
The
where
borderline,
you're
man.
right where everybody does come and sweat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Main spot.
Yeah. A lot of stars play on that field. It created a lot of stars too from that field. And you used to play football on that field.
Yeah, man.
So why you turn up and man and not why you play football?
Oh, gosh. Well, again, I'm Stefon West. Born and grew Couva. October born. You know, Libra.
Oh, well, yeah, I'm not going to ask you
Yeah,
what
I had to
horoscope
say
is
it, I had
that.
to
But
say
you know
it.
horoscope is a thing now.
You know, it's that thing. I had to say it now. Libra bred, you know.
Yeah.
Went to Couva Junior Sec. Moved on to Capichima Senior Sec.
What year you went Couva Junior Sec?
Coach boy 99, I know for sure I finished 99 there.
Good days, and
Great days, man.
yeah, junior
Great
sec was
days,
junior
boy.
sec was great.
Best
But
days.
something about senior sec, boy.
Coach, when I move on to that Cap Senior.
Yeah, caps.
Yeah, Caps was very nice, Capichima. And then after that, went to White Up. Did a little
But in school,
top
what you
plan.
used to do in caps?
But yeah, what happened to me in Caps, eh? The pan take over around that time. And I really play with my football skill now.
Right.
Because I'll say here what, coming down to Form 5, I will now go and look to play football.
So we was
To get the
doing.
repeat now.
Oh. So we was doing from Form 1 to 5.
Form 1 was football.
Right.
Form 1 to Form 3 football.
Football.
Hands down. Form 4, we reach into Capichama with the intention, you know, to play intercall and all these things. But just get caught up with the school life. And then PAN was introduced to me in that Form 4 time, you know.
So
And I
who,
started to get more, you know, attached to that.
but who was responsible for introducing you into PAN?
Well, the introduction for PAN, I should say, I was always around it in terms of my neighbors, school brothers. So every time I there playing as a youth, you will always see the PAN now.
And
You
hear
know,
it.
always hear it, you know. But when I started secondary school, my ulterior motive, the Panyard started to be like the place to be now, the night. So everybody from junior sec who now reach across senior sec, everybody lineman by the Panyard. So when them come and they say, yo, we're going to ask your mom for you to go up the road, because my mother know I was a troublemaker now, so she didn't want to send me. When they say they want me to go up the road now, in my head, the ulterior motive is to one line. Don't want to play no pan. I'm not interested in that.
Yeah.
You know? And then I think Curvin went and asked, Curvin Scope went and asked, Mr. West could carry stuff on up the road, whatever.
So Couva is
She
basically
say, she
the
say, yeah.
man.
She say, yeah, you know.
Yeah.
And when I went up with them, still I didn't go to play no pan. I want a line. Come and say, boy, you had to play a pan, you had to go behind the guitar pan. That is where sparks start now.
Everything just start.
Yeah, everything start from there, you know.
Senior sec time. So when you played, you're not playing intercol at all?
No, I did not. When Form 5 good and finish, Coach Couva was the person at that point in time. I said, Coach, I already know. Yeah, no.
Oh, so you wanted to repeat?
Yeah, I wanted to repeat. Now I'm ready to play.
That's basically something I
Yeah.
did try in a kind of way, but I get you though. I get you to repeat. Yeah. So you get involved in music around your senior sec time.
15, yeah.
15 years of
15.
age. You play a little bit of football, but the pan take over.
Pan take over.
But why you chose pan over football?
I think it's a new challenge.
Yeah, because football, everybody around Couva here going to school together, everybody going to nearly the same schools, and everybody was into football. Not as much as pan,
Right.
but you still choose the one that less people was involved in, less of your peers.
Right. But here what really happened, it's not like I chose it one time. It's that
It grew on you.
the first time actually playing it, and what actually hit it off is that when I started to play the guitar pan, it was real easy. It was easy. So I find it was easy. But the same passage that I learned at that point in time, the band took it. And when I actually get to feel what it feel like playing with a full orchestra, just a little piece I learned. So when I had to stop now and just watch everybody else play, I like, nah, but I will finish this song now.
Right.
You know? So I think it's that challenge in terms of just wanting to get better. And then I was just strumming, just simple strums. And then watching everybody else playing the hard stuff now. So in my head it's like, but I want to play that. So I think it started a new challenge. I was still trying to juggle the both, play football, play pan, play football, play pan, but then it just started pan, football, come in pan. So that's what happened. It was just like a new challenge, yes. Yeah.
So it was kind of natural how you pick up on the pan.
Yeah, very
So
natural.
you had it in you and you didn't even know.
I didn't know.
Thanks to Couva,
like,
eh?
serious.
Thanks to Couva, eh?
Serious. But then see, in case of them, right, it's not like they hold my hand to actually play a pan, you know.
Yeah.
Again, as you say, just something natural happened because I was just watching Mr. Roy's pan, which is Yannick father.
Right.
He was actually the guitar section leader at that point in time. I was just basically watching in his pan and just mimicking
Following,
what he's
yeah.
doing, and it just happened to just
Come like
come
learning to
natural.
drive.
But I must say, you know, it's there who went to my mother and asked him to go up the road, you know.
Yeah,
So it just was natural, and I didn't know.
that is one thing about everybody who grew up together in Couva. They always used to, you know, try to get their friend into something positive.
Always, yeah. Yeah.
So I'm glad I kind of grew up in this generation here now, boy, because, you know,
Yeah, they always were your friend.
we
to
always
come.
had that togetherness. Yeah. So you finish school now. That is when you really start to get heavy in the pan.
Yeah, but still lost in terms of I don't know what I want to do.
Right.
Yeah, I like the pan, but it's not full 100. Still
Still
like
fishing.
you know you're youth. You're
you're
still
growing,
fishing,
you're
you're growing, you
growing.
don't know. But
You're out there,
my
you're lying
devotion,
there,
my determination for pan, it started to grow, but I wasn't as serious. At times I not go in practice. At times I go in practice and leaving my pan to one line, you know, and these kind of things. So
Like that around the free drinks era and thing.
yeah.
Edge and bass and
Come on. So that
Tsunami.
was more important than
yeah.
so you practicing and somebody call you, hey, we going so online. I look into duck out practice.
yeah.
I don't want to practice. You know, so that's what happened after school, but then I started to get a little more inquisitive now about the pan because we used to learn from Mikey and Mikey used to call out notes. A, play B, play C. And then somebody made a comment at time, just talking, normal pan talk, and they say, plenty people is pan robots now. And I just didn't like that term. Playing what somebody say, play A, play B. But are you really want to go and learn about this? To learn the A, to learn the B for yourself, rather than somebody had to show you it and then you had to play it. So that is where the inquisitive side with me started. But I want to learn more. I want to learn music now. I want to learn the notes. I want to do this. And yeah,
Read notes
that is
and-
where, that is where the whole drive come after.
Because it have a lot of people who play in pan and they can't read music, right?
A lot.
So you make sure you had all that down pack.
Yeah, but you see the natural skill with pan players here And that's what people all over the world is be amazed by, is how we could memorize. Memory for us, muscle memory. Not plenty people learn music that way. We learn raw talent first.
Right.
And not people learn it the other way around. They learn music to read music. So it have places in the world they learn to read music first and then, play the instrument.
Right.
But if that page fall or that score fall,
You lost.
don't stop. But we learn or just off our memory. So even if we learn it from the score and that score fall, that done inside there. So it have the disadvantages and it had the advantages for both situations.
Couva Joylanders.
NGC Couva Joylanders.
NGC Couva. I can't leave out the sponsor. NGC Couva Joylanders.
Yeah.
What was the name before Couva Joylanders? NGC Couva Joylanders, sorry.
Oh, it was just Couva Joylanders.
Yes, Couva
and it
Joylanders.
had a sponsor before.
How long you guys take to get a sponsor?
Some good years, because I could remember we acquired a sponsor from NGC in 2012, if I'm not wrong. December 14th. If I'm not wrong.
You had the month and the day.
Could be.
I didn't think you could be wrong there.
Yeah, because we had a launch in the Panyard for the building and all these different
Right.
things. And I think it was either 2012. I remember that December 14th date.
But before that, you guys used to struggle.
Yeah, before that is basically if somebody want to sponsor you some jersey, some drinks or something, yeah, no permanent sponsor like what we have now. But I think back in the days, way before me, had Wimpy,
Right.
Joylanders. That in the days of Mr. Scope and these guys. So
Yeah, Wimpy.
I
was a young.
I keep hearing a lot of mature adults who were saying, yeah, I was there since Wimpy was sponsoring. So you don't know.
Yeah.
That was then.
Yeah.
So
But you guys came a long way.
very.
Got sponsored by NGC in 2012.
Yes. Seem to be corrected.
Right.
If any corrections, I will let you.
To be confirmed.
Yes.
And from there, you guys end up winning the Panorama medium band competition in 2020. So 8 years after acquiring NGC as a sponsor. Let me give a little history of that 8 years there.
Let me tell you the real. Now everything, the transition the band started in 2007, when our now present manager Richard Gill became the captain in 2007. And then that transition he took in terms of structure in full management in full capacity to have the organization move, not dictatorship where I in charge, you. No, really a structure management from section leaders to this, to have everything.
Yeah.
The evolution from there, and then acquiring the sponsor. So the transition was happening in 2007. So which means sponsors was
Looking.
seeing, the transition happening. Then 2012, everything confirmed. So from there now to where we are presently, a lot has changed. A lot of maturity.
Yeah, because I remember when we didn't have a building there. I can remember that.
The shed, the
Just a
railroad shed. Historic.
No gate, no wall.
Pass anyway.
Yeah, you could walk right through there and go by shed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could go in the back. So that was
Big up
the
the Shem.
transition period.
Yeah, big up the Shem.
Yeah.
But when you got involved with Couva, NGC Couva Joylanders, who are some of the faces, the names that was there when you started, when you were your first day?
My first day, Mr. Roy. Let me start from the mature, right? And these men will be founding members. So Mr. Roy, Charles, Charles, right?
Yeah.
Charles is, I think, Bobby Neal, father.
Yeah.
Charles, Mr. Scoop, for sure. Mr. Scott, Mikey, Kendrick Frederick, Mr. Sylvester, aka Pin.
Pin.
Yeah. So those are the mature I can
elders.
remember. The elders for sure. And then coming down to like Nicholas Macmillan, Richard, Yannick, Brent Williams, those were like mature. Curtis, Kervin, those were. They wasn't there like 2007. I don't think they were there. They left before. But those are the faces that I grew up around. You know, plenty. So, yeah.
And it had a lot of others came in after.
Yeah, a lot of youths. Now that's why the band keeps staying youthful like that. You know, but what I realized too is that some youths, when they reach, you may think a steel band you really want, right? But as the band get more disciplined and certain things get a little more demanding, your time is demanded, especially when it has things to do with steel band is concerned. I think youths tend to change their mind by 18, 19.
Yeah.
No. You know, 18, 19, like, especially if you was a home person. You couldn't come out.
Yeah.
Your parents had you inside. You know, now that you might be working, you're going to go out, you're going to do this, pan may start to lessen down. So in that transition, you're going to lose and you're going to gain. You're going to lose, you're going to gain. You know, so yeah. You see, really is like the survival of the fittest. The fittest will survive, you know, for the endurance.
You guys went to Africa?
Yeah.
Ghana,
Africa.
to the Caribbean.
No, our tours was in Ghana, Africa.
Ghana, Africa was it tours?
Yeah, 2011, 2013. Yeah, went twice.
Couva Joylanders. NGC Couva Joylanders.
Couva, yeah.
Went South Africa. And
Africa, boy, Ghana, Africa, yeah.
how was that experience?
The first time in 2011, NGC sent us. It wasn't sponsored yet, but they sent us to represent for the summit. That a summit out there. Oil and gas companies from all over Cameroon, Australia, all these things. And our gift to them was basically a present to show that these same barrels that we used to put oil in, this is the instrument we create in Trinidad from this. So it was quick. The first time was quick, like a week. By the time we blinked the tour, we back on a plane heading home. 2013 was a little longer, 2 weeks. So we were able to have performances and still get to explore Ghana, Africa a bit. You know, going to the Illumina Castle where they used to keep the slaves and stuff like that, and getting a little history through that. Putting the shackles on your foot to see what some of the ancestors went through, you know. And it was only there and then you realized that slaves, so back in those times, things were mixed up. Not just African. It had a lot of different slaves from all over who were at that castle. So a lot of mixing up been happening there. So your ancestors could be Portuguese and all these different things. You could have people, your bloodline mix, you know? So yeah. So that experience by itself was, you had to be there to really feel it, you know, to understand. It was great.
That was a great experience for not only you, but each member.
Definitely. And performing with some of the icons over there. So I wasn't arranging at that time, and I had to prepare music for 2013. I had to prepare music for Papa Youngson and Amachi Dede. They like the Barons and the Kitcheners across there. So we had some performances with them, and one experience with Papa Youngson. His first dress rehearsal with us, some days prior to the concert, when he heard this song by the name of Abe, that's the name of it. When he heard it on the pan, he started to cry. You know. He didn't believe, you know, that as they say, thing, or that instrument what
Could
coming out
could do that.
Nah, they didn't know. They always thought like a recorder under the instrument.
Really?
Yeah, plenty times they brought extension cords thinking we had to plug it in. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they brought that
What
cord.
year was that in South Africa?
2013.
Right.
Yeah.
2013. 2017. And one mentioned you winning the Panorama in 2020. But in 2017, you accomplished something in...
Yeah, University, Trinidad and Tobago. We have something called in-house Panorama. The initiative behind the in-house Panorama, our lecturers was basically preparing us for the real world in the future, which will be the big national panorama. So our groups will basically run these things like orchestras. So you had our practice day, you had our manager, you had our captain, all these different things, drillers who doing the arrangement, all these things. And our group Psychotones won the in-house panorama arrangement done by myself and my group. It was collaborative, but I take the ideas together and bring it to the reality. It's a nice collaborative effort, and we won that. So then the tour, like Stefon West won the UTT Panorama. So it had a lot of influences, like big arrangers, veteran arrangers will come to watch that competition in UTT. So I think that is where my little next spark for, I wonder if I'm ready for the big leagues, but coming. Yeah.
For those who don't know, I'm not sure what you're saying there. You is the arranger for NGC Couva Joylanders.
Current, yeah.
And you've been arranging a couple of years now?
Yeah. All 2008, 9, all around there. Started.
Getting into it. You had your mission and you know what was your mission, you going for that?
Actually, no. Like, everything, as I said, everything is like everything that happened here up to present was never planned. That's the funny thing.
Yeah.
I never one day sat down and said I want to be an arranger. Nope.
So what happened?
It was never like that. I was a drill master first. So a drill master within an orchestra basically comes like somebody who will make sure everything precise, make sure everything songs the way it's supposed to sound, make sure everybody play in time and all these things. And I had a love for that. So I always want to drill, hey, play it over, play it with this feeling or this expression and stuff like that. So I was into that more. I was doing a course at NESC, a song recording course. Whichever year Fayan and Baron's song All Over came out, whichever year that was.
That is the year.
That is the year. So I know we're supposed to do some music for the road for Carnival. Right? Oh, that would be 2012. Yeah, I remember. Yeah. I think so. Seemed to stand to be corrected, if anything. I went to class in NESC, so every student have their own station song recording. So you have a little mini board, keyboard, you have your own computer so you can do your recordings. Yeah. So I listened to All Over. I just arrange it on the computer, press play, listen it over. Alright. Save it on the USB. And just went in the panyard and say, Richard, I do an arrangement in school, listen to this now.
Yeah.
And he said, put it down for the band, let me hear what song. So I did write out all the notes. So I had a book. Alright, this one will play F and A, this one will play this. And I put it down, and the response, players be doing it all over, everybody playing, jumping and smiling. I'm like, hey, well, this nice. This nice, I want to do some more. Right. I want to do some more music. So that is how it happened, not with no intention of, hey, I want to arrange. It's just like,
natural.
Hey, try to,
it just happened.
It just happened, and from there, Richard sent me to do a Panorama arranging course. And when I finished that course, I came back and gave me a task. Okay, take this song and I want you to do a verse, chorus, a variation. Not knowing he was basically working on me all that time. Preparing me to be the arranger. I'm not seeing it, I just doing it as a challenge.
Because you like it.
Yeah. And it grow from there.
You expected to win in 2020? Expect NGC Couva Joylanders to win?
I was scared, but
that was your first time in the big leagues, or?
No, my first time in the big leagues that make me wanted to give up on Pan was in 2018. First year ever arranged for a national Panorama. And the band did not make finals.
Right.
Was the worst feeling ever. Was the worst feeling ever. Standing on that stage, and it's 14 bands normally compete, semis, and they take 10 to the finals. So 14, 13, 12, 11. Once your name called there on that stage, you know you're not in the finals. And when I hear in 12th position, with so, NGC, I was like, oh my gosh. Seeing players crying and stuff like that on the stage. And also people from other bands laughing. Yeah.
You will get that.
So that year was like a shutdown for me. I didn't want to play Pan again. I good. Cool. And then I had some of my mentors who called me, you know, my lecturers and stuff like that, like, yo, your first year and you make semi-finals. That's a big accomplishment, you know.
Right.
Some people do even pass prelims. So you have it. But at that time, I didn't want to hear that. Because we've been in finals since 2014, straight up. And then
your first time, all your fall back.
Due to certain circumstances, I got the chance now to do it. And
all your fall back.
So, which means 2017 we made finals. And when the switch happened with our Rangers in 2018, no finals. Bye. So 2019 was like I redeemed, to redeem myself and redeem the band. So my aim 2019 was to be in the finals. But I didn't make 2018. All I was just studying, I want to be in our finals. And the music came out very aggressive, very, very, very aggressive, which land Joylanders to third for the final night in 2019.
So from 12th to third in the semi-finals.
In the final night.
The final night. But the semi-finals.
The semi-finals of 2019, we actually was fourth. Placed fourth. And then came third.
Right. So semi-finals, the semi-finals, right?
Yeah.
In 2018.
Right. We came 12th.
Well, they
did
came
not
12th.
make finals.
And then 2019, they came fourth in the semis.
And bring home third place for Couva with NGC Couva Joylanders.
Those guys, I bet they wasn't pointing and laughing no more.
People still talk. Talk was like, oh, he get help and all these things.
Right.
You know,
But they wasn't laughing.
No, I wasn't laughing anymore.
You couldn't laugh.
And when I figured out the formula to approach the competition, I went and do my tweaking for 2020. If I had known we was going to win, no. And my mind was like, I just want to leave that impact. Do whatever after.
But you got all your song real good. You know that?
Yeah, they're like, I mean, like, when I'm in front there, it's like so much things is be going through my mind when I'm in front of the band. And people feel it's gallery thing. No, it's a serious game. Panorama, serious game.
But when you guys came third
in 2019.
in 2019,
Yeah.
the home, the community support grew.
Big.
Because I remember, for those who don't know, there is judge at the Panyard for the
Prelims.
prelims,
Yeah.
right? And the first time in my life, I see so much of people by that Panyard was that year.
That was vibes.
And I was like, it was like carnival. Because everybody know in Couva how carnival does be.
Yeah.
On that main road day.
And
The Panyard was like that. Drinks, cooler, food, friends. Everybody was, people you don't even see come out. And again, for those who don't know, it's a late thing.
Yeah, but
Judges just reach late, sometimes 1 o'clock in the morning.
According to, but I'm cutting it down now, but according to what time? Yeah.
But that time, it's late.
Yeah, it was.
And people
Yeah.
not going home until you all finish play. How you felt? How you felt when you see that kind of support?
Well, let me tell you the funny thing there. The funny thing is, I was in Israel during the preliminary time. So people had to call me, video call, to show me what happening in the Panyard. So I was outside, but I was there.
So how long you was in Israel?
2 years. 2 years. 2019, 2020.
What you was doing in Israel? Because people maybe don't even know. Oh, they maybe know, but they know how that happened.
They know how that happened. So where you want it? You want it from how it happened?
Yeah.
Straight into?
Straight into.
Oh, good.
Let everybody know.
So hear how this happened again. Not planning anything. So we now say, playing pan, that wasn't planned. That come and happen. Evolve into drill master, drilling, arranging start, that wasn't planned. Israel wasn't planned. Hear the joke about it. When I started my bachelor's degree in university, I did a diploma first. So I was in UTT from 2012. That year, I don't know what happened to that year. That year was abundance. That year was abundance. 2012 to 2015, I did my diploma. And then I got accepted right into the bachelor's. So I just started it. Professor Harvey Price came to University of Trinidad and Tobago. He's the professor for percussion, was the professor for percussion at the University of Delaware. So he came to do a presentation on peace drums, Israel. So I remember sitting in that class, watching the presentation, I was like, who going to Israel to teach pan? Not me. I say this in my head while the presentation going on. And saying, nah, not me. I'm not going there. All that Bauman thing. The stereotype what the people perceive Israel to be. Fast forward to 2000, not 2000, fast forward to year 4. Year 4, final year in UTT. I was doing my teaching artist course, which is a foundation course you had to do. My teacher at that point in time was Caitlin Kaminga, who's also friends with Harvey Price. So apparently the session for that day in that class was teach somebody music. So I had to teach my class music like they don't know music at all.
Right.
So apparently whatever method or technique I used to do it after the class, she said, Stefon, come. Never thought about going to Israel to teach? And I was like, no. What are you going to Israel for, miss?
Yeah.
She think about it now. That is all she said. Think about it. She said, I watch the way you... She said, I custom teaching. I said, yeah, teaching like Police Youth Club in the Panyard by me and stuff. And she said, I just like the way you teach. I think you will do good in Israel. Like, yeah. So every day after that, once Miss see me in school, You thought about it yet? No. You thought about it yet? Every day she will make sure she see me, just to ask me, you thought about it yet? Think about it. Alright. And I just really sat down and asked myself, talked to my mom and said, well, think about me going to Israel to teach pan. You know, and I said, that's a real nice opportunity. And I made the decision to myself and said, you know what, let me see what it's like to teach steel pan outside of Trinidad. And that is when the decision was made. I did an audition, got through, and then started the process. So I left for Israel in May of 2019, which would have been the month end of May. I came back to Trinidad in November, just for a month, to do music for Panorama. Flew back to Israel in December and came back Trinidad for semi-finals. And then out again.
You wasn't here for the finals?
Yeah, I was here for the finals.
So you come back for the finals?
Yeah.
When you really check it, you like a professional footballer, dude. Yeah. Home and away.
Yeah, 2019.
So doing all of that, being involved in all of that, all that traveling, teaching, you guys came third in 2019.
So wait, no, let me go back. So in 2019, which means I would have been here for 2019, because Panorama would have been in February.
Oh, you left in May.
And I left in May.
Also 20.
So this is what happened for 2020. What I just explained there is what happened for 2020.
Scratch that. Doing all of that. Alright, being here, you came third.
Yes.
Doing all of that, home and away, traveling, teaching, you came first.
2020, yeah. We came first. Yeah.
So, you get an award for that? You should have get an award for that. I mean, Israel is not right there.
Yeah,
because all that traveling and jet lag and you still came, drill, thing, go back, come back, go back, come back for the finals and won. A lot of people didn't know that.
That was peace. Now, working with the manager of executive manager Richard Gill, he's very organized, very precise and detailed. So when I came in November, I had a month to finish. I had to complete the full arrangement when I came for that month, from intro to ending, 8 minutes of music. And we started, when I came the month, we started the second week, so which means 3 weeks to finish. The night I finished the song is the same morning I left to go back to Israel. So I finished the song at 1:15 a.m. and my flight was 5:30 a.m.
Wow.
So as soon as I finished, I had suitcase, everything packed, straight to the airport. Slept, right. And I came back to Trinidad February 3rd of 2020. So I came back in time for semi-finals.
Right.
Like 2 days, 3 days before semis. Play for finals, perform for finals with the band in Tobago.
That year it was in Tobago, right?
Right. Which would have been the historic win in terms of first time they split the categories together. Normally everything used to happen in one. So the split categories, the split medium, give medium its own voice, its own show, which would have happened February 16th of 2020. And a large category would have been the week after, Carnival Saturday. So the 16th of February was the final for us. First Panorama held in National Panorama held for the medium band. First band to win Panorama in Tobago. So
and that's the kind of accolade Couva have.
Yeah. Homegrown brought it. Brought it home. Yeah.
Tisa Carnival. Now a lot of people
Thought it was a competition.
Thought it was a competition, but
Yeah.
a lot of people bad talk the Tisa Carnival.
You will get that.
The supporters, the patrons at the finals. Well, I can't call it finals. Because
Yeah, you could.
I could. Right?
Yes. And I'll tell you why just now.
What?
Because it had a preliminary round. Same judging by the Panyard.
Right.
But this time the judging was to make sure bands prepared. So they were only taking a certain amount for the final night show, which would have been Carnival Saturday.
So from the prelims straight to the finals.
Yeah. So plenty bands registered. So for example, they wanted only 10 medium, they wanted 10 large or 12 large. So you have 15 large registered. We had to pick the best 12.
Yeah.
Same thing with the medium. If 17 medium registered, we had to pick the best 10. But there was 11 of us in the medium. Same thing for small, same thing for single pan. So you could say that was like the final night. It wasn't.
But how the prizes was for it this time? It wasn't.
This time I think once you end up in the final night show, you get money. You get money. Even if you performed and your band didn't make it, you get something also. So yeah. So everybody was basically pushing to be in that final because the prize money was bigger for your appearance. You know, the appearance here was bigger. So for the ones who did not make it, still get
they get something.
something for even registering, because this one had to be more precise. You had to be vaccinated to play, and it wasn't the same numbers like the original thing.
Yeah.
Where medium band maximum is 90, large band maximum is 120. So they cut down the size, which medium they only wanted 45, 30 to 45 minimum, maximum, and large you wanted I think 50 to 60. So they had to cut down. You had to make sure everybody was vaccinated. You had to sign up all those things for the protocol in order to even get to play or present your piece. So that was part of the stuff. And the same thing happened the night the judges were coming by Joylanders. If you thought 2019 was plenty people, you should have seen
Tisa
some
Carnival.
weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But other than the money, it had a people's choice award which you guys got.
Yeah.
Well, that was a voting system.
Yeah, that a voting system. So it actually have for the live streamers who was streaming and watching, it had some text code, you know, it had the code and stuff like that for them to vote. And Joylanders just happened to be
Smile, yes, yeah, smile. Just happened to be.
no, I had to be professional. Like,
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, but
Joylanders just
I listened to that arrangement
had to be
and
the people's choice.
because the night when they did the judging by the Panyard was my birth night, right? And I tell you, I will try to come, but I couldn't make it.
Right.
And then I think the week after, I went by Curtis Scoop, and we was talking, and he tell me, boy, I feel I'm going to take it, you know. I say, how boy? I'm like, boy, you listen to that, boy. I say, but I'm looking for it, I'm finding it on Facebook.
Right.
And he showed me where to find it. And when I was leaving now, I put it on, and I drive in, and I say, I'm going to listen to it, go through it. Halfway through, I stop it. I said, nah, way. Well, it came good, boy.
Yeah, again.
Again, well, it come real good. So the Tisa Carnival was fruitful. What next for Stefon West? Or you going to just let things happen again? Because it usually, that is where you say it's just happening. You ain't planning nothing.
But happening by the grace of God.
But you have any plans at all?
Yeah, upcoming things. Just today I launched a flyer for private lessons, state band lessons. This is basically for people who just want to learn to play a steel pan. Because plenty people now, I'm seeing it now, that a lot of people want to just learn to play. Not really professionally, but they want to learn to play the steel pan. So the flyer is actually up on Facebook, Stefon West, Instagram, Stefon West, and TikTok, Stefon868 West. So the flyers are up there, the number and everything. So people basically calling for a slot as to. So I'll have classes like from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. So everybody an hour slot, whichever you want. And according to how many people, I may have to run it for like 2 days. That's just one. The next plan I have is actually over 40 steel pan course. But there are a lot of mature people also want to learn to play steel pan. And after that, we have regular steel pan courses for like primary school, secondary, tertiary. And that will start actually when the new term starts, September, straight into. So those people will have to sit like grade 1 exams and stuff like that. As far as with the band Joylanders, we have a lot of things coming up. A lot of gigs, a lot of events at the Panyard, you know. Plus I may have to travel back and forth again to do some other things. So as I say, up the sleeve I have a lot of
that thing's in the pipeline.
Yeah, it had things. Yeah, to continue on. But my whole thing is basically like my dream with where steel pan is, and I love to say it publicly, is to change lives through music. Because it happened to me with steel pan. You know, so I always want, that's like my give back now. And through that also push people towards understanding the power of chord now. Really important. Because nothing is
possible.
Yeah, nothing is possible, nothing is mine. Like everything that I achieve is true God now. That very strong.
Very.
Yeah.
But you ain't have time to play football again. When last you play?
I take a little sweat with them kids in Israel, man. I take a little sweat in Israel with them
still
kids.
had a little spanner thing in his
Adi drive.
Yeah, Stefon West.
Yeah.
Stefon West, born and grow in Couva, representing for Couva, representing for Central, with the pan. Thanks for coming. You know, greatly appreciated to be represented on Punching TV, because you know this interview a long time coming, but you are flying in and out and up and about, and you know, but your service to the Couva community is greatly appreciated, I'm sure.
Yes.
And I hope after this interview, you know, people will get a broader perspective of where you really came from.
Yeah, they will understand though.
And, you know, appreciate you a little more. Give you that props, because you know they love to fight Central people. In sports, anything you could think of, we just always get a fight.
And
so, you know.
And our next little thing up the sleeve.
Keep it.
This one I had to say it. I want to say it, you know. So, man, J. Adams, myself, Couva. That's all I say.
Well, this is not the last interview. It have others coming, so you know.
I must say big up to man too. I see what he doing, J. Adams, you know, the whole Couva. She doing some nice things too, and putting Couva.
She's a stand-up comedian now.
Yeah.
Hoping to interview him soon.
So Couva, must put Couva.
Hoping to interview Shay soon.
Yeah.
If you're hearing me.
Yeah, he will come through, man.
Yeah, man, J. Adams. You know them,
Couva.
they went out there to waste time.
You remember Imran too?
Imran
from the basketball court by the Savannah.
Yeah.
Good friend too. So just look out.
Right. Thanks for coming again. And We out, but before I go, what I always say is we were born to love and we learn to hate. We out.
We out.